Okay. Mm. I look like a lot of boys that I went to high school with. I don't. I know I'm unrecognizable. Ladies, lady. Oh. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't like that. Okay. First of all, let me fix my timer. Okay. Have you guys talked to any men lately? Besides myself, of course. I do every morning in the mirror. Don't look at that. My curtain, I think, has hair on it. But I'm a man, so I can't be held responsible for my environmental James for my environmental actions. Anyway, actually, hold on. I don't think that's gonna end up being the thumbnail. Y'all talk to men lately? Kind of fucking blows. And I have a hypothesis for this. So, oh, you don't need to be bigger. Oh my god, you don't need to be bigger. Be smaller. Thank you. I have a hypothesis, a little bit, based on nature's findings. And I've actually composed a little story I want to tell you, and then we'll loop it back in. So I've made some graphics to help us out. Hopefully this all makes sense, and hopefully this all comes to fruition. You know, I'm kind of growing on myself. I think I'm actually starting to get a little bit of a crush on myself. Anyway, okay, so our story begins around circa 1979, okay? And there was the Kruger National Park, okay? They had all these juvenile elephants. They were orphaned because elephants were dying. I don't know if it was poachers or they used the word culling, Cull, I thought it was poachers, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, we're moving on. So they took their little baby elephants, these guys right here, and they moved them to Helensburgh Reserve. Okay, and that is where our story takes place about these elephants. Okay, so and this was called Operation Genesis because they didn't have any elephants. They needed more elephants. Also, there was just too many elephants at the Kruger Reserve, so they had to move them. Okay, I know what I'm talking about. Look at me. I have facial hair and everything. Okay, next, so that these elephants get to the reserve, and they're just a bunch of juvenile baby elephants, okay? And they are very antisocial to humans, and they form large herds, and they are aggressive. They're rather aggressive and sneaky. But then the reserve introduces some family elephants, so now we have more elephants that are not just juvenile, okay? But there is a bit of an issue. Oh, I didn't. Whatever. Just me forgetting the infographics that I was trying to make. Okay, but there were none. I meant to cross that out, but I'm not going to apologize. I don't apologize for anything. Why? Enough said. Okay, so no male elephants. There's no male elephants. Consequently, the lack of male adult elephants, I should say. There's plenty of male juvenile elephants, which are I'll explain. But there's no adult elephants to guide the youth and tell them how to act and how to behave. So these male juvenile elephants are doing drugs and smoking cigarettes and drinking alcohol and setting shit on fire. It's a problem. They're delinquents. They're juvenile delinquents because they have no one to guide them. They have no older adolescent elephants to guide them, okay? And also these little babies are bullying older and not older, but older females, like sexually mature females, and they are also maturing, as in getting horny way too fast. So there's a fucking 8-year-old talking to what could be his older sister or his mother, and is saying, "Hey baby, do you want to take a ride on the wild side?" And then she says, obviously in response, she's like, "You're literally a baby." And it's a girl because I gave her eyelashes. I tried to give her boobs, but I didn't know where that would work anatomically. And then the consequences of that is the 8-year-old, gets pissed that he's being rejected by what could be his sister or his mother, and he goes out and he kills 40 elephants. Okay, not him single-handedly, but 40, not elephants, rhinos. 40 rhinos. 40 rhinos died. And one human. I mean, who cares? But these bitches who were trying to have sex with female elephants who said no because you're a baby, they got so mad. They over time they killed 40 rhinos. That's incredible. Oh, we're really running out of time here. I gotta speed this fucking up because I haven't even gotten to my thesis yet. Anyway, whatever. I got time. Oh man. Time is irrelevant to me. So yeah, and then elephants are convinced that they live in a society and that females are the reason that everything fucking sucks. So after 40 rhinos were murdered in cold blood because fucking because
that you had you
because these little baby elephant, these juvenile male elephants, can't get any and are getting rejected and are frustrated from that rejection. So finally, the reserve introduces a new bull. Holy shit. We have a full-grown male elephant now, and all the juveniles are so excited, and they're like, holy shit, finally someone to look up to. And he also is there to enforce social norms, of which they did not have anyone to do that before. So elephant herds are matriarchal, which is, ew, women, ugh, females, who would ever put them in charge? But that's just how it goes, because elephants don't know any better because they're stupid, unlike me. Anyway, so they're mostly matriarchal and matrilineal, you know? I don't know, well, maybe not matrilineal. Matriarchal, run by females. So, finally, they have a male, a grown man, you could say, to show them what to do and to give them social instruction. And the consequences is everyone is happy, okay? Everyone's happy. You have all these elephants working and living together, and then you have us humans too who get to benefit because we get to see the elephants now, and they don't try to kill us, or we don't have to also see them kill rhinos, because that's fucking crazy. And this brings me to my point, okay? So elephants act out because these little juveniles, these little babies who were orphaned, left to die, okay, for mysterious reasons, they finally are given, they need, clearly, because they will murder 40 plus rhinos if not attended to. They finally get a male elephant, a bull, a big old strong bull, to tell them how to conduct themselves so that they don't get thrown out of their own herds. Okay? And then I want us to look at this side. What is the current state of man? I would know. I look in the mirror every morning, and while the current state of man is incredibly handsome, the state of man is also rather directionless. And even though I do believe, as a man, I do believe that women should not be included in the term mankind, okay? It's mankind, okay? But as a man, okay, I am recognizing a pattern in other men that is very similar to that of the elephants. And clearly 10 minutes is not enough to really build this argument, but I will say, since I am so smart and so intelligent, there was a man somewhat smarter than me, though that is hard to become because I am the smartest man alive. There was a man, I forgot his name, I don't care, sources, trust me bro, who wrote a paper comparing elephants to humans. Well, that's fucking crazy. And comparing juvenile elephants to the life of disadvantaged young men, okay? That we see similar behaviors, that when you don't have any adults to look toward, you tend to act antisocially because no one has enforced social norms for you. And I just think it's worth considering when juvenile elephants are given positive male role models, such as myself. I would think that you need a handsome man. You need a handsome man to take the reins. That when male adolescents are given positive role models, oh my God, everything is better. That is time. This was not the most concise or the most well planned, but I did make some pretty pictures. And also, why would I apologize for anything? I'm literally a man. You like my soul patch?